Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Tim here. So, here because good buddy, good friend, um, fellow VCer, music community, whatever, friend to all, Steve Carlson hit the big 1,000 subs. That's one with a K. Huge, ginormous, fantastic, well deserved. Should have been me eons ago, but glad to see that you finally got there. And congrats. Welcome to the 1K club. Maybe some of us will join you one day. We'll see. So, anyway, what Steve has done is he's started not really a best of or a favorites. He's doing something called the 100 Go To albums. So, check that out as he puts them out. And he's asked us to kind of show our five, or at least five, of our go to albums through his 1000K drawing contest thing. So I tried my best. Don't judge too hard. Here we go. So my first one, not vinyl, CD. Would love to get it on vinyl. It's available on vinyl. Just don't have the vinyl. So yeah, I know it's not as good as the original, but this is Steve Wilson's The Raven Who Refused to Sing, and it's actually called Raven Who Refused to Sing and Other Stories as the full title. But this is just a fantastic modern day prog classic. Andy Borders turned me on to this one, and it is absolutely fantastic. So some of you may know Steve Wilson from Pineapple Tree. Holy crap, Porcupine Tree. Pineapple Tree lives under a sea. Porcupine Tree. He was kind of the songwriter mastermind, or the millions of prog albums that he has remastered through his amazing ears. Every one of these is on this album is perfection in my eyes. This is just a perfect album, and the minute I heard it, I fell in love with it, and I can tell you that if I were to do my top 100, easily in the top 20. So, Stephen Wilson's Raven Who Refused to Sing. So what we're listening to in the background is this, and that's Gentle Giants Acquiring the Taste. This to me was a grail when I found it earlier this year, and I spin it weekly, probably I won't say every week, average is weekly. Like I'll put it away back in its home, and then a couple weeks later I'll bust it right back out again. This is just an absolute prog masterpiece from Gentle Giant. Their early stuff, I think, is just absolutely fantastic and worth checking out. But this is, by and large, my favorite. Gentle Giant, Acquiring the Taste. And like I said, it's playing in the background. So next, I think I got this one okay. It shouldn't be too hard, right? So my favorite Pink Floyd album of all time, Dark Side of the Moon. This to me is just everything you'd want in an album. It's got soft, quiet, jazz-like passages. It's got hard rockers, a little bit of a concept going on. To me, this gets a lot of play. Great kick back and relax album, at least for me. Back in my youth, when you broke this one out, signified the end of the party. Those who were staying and crashing and cleaning, they got it. Everybody else hit that odd. So definitely a go-to, always. So you're gonna judge hard on this one, and that's okay. I don't claim to be an artist. As you can see, it's absolutely horrendously done. Let Your Leg Land. What can I say about this? It's hard for me to say that this is my favorite Hendrix album, because my favorite album by Hendrix and of all time is Axis Bold as Love. But I can make an argument that this is really damn close. Really damn close. 2 LP set, just phenomenal from beginning to end. You get everything from Crosstown Traffic the blues version of Voodoo Child to his perfect rock anthem, Voodoo Child's Light Return, which closes out the album. Rainy Day, Dream Away, which really sets a tone for the last two sides, which gets reprised on Still Raining, Still Dreaming, Burning of the Midnight Lamp, All Along the Watchtower, which was one of his biggest hits, a Bob Dylan cover. He loved Bob Dylan's lyrics and was a huge Bob Dylan fan. So I've been spinning this one a lot. This is from the box set that I picked up last year. Sounds fantastic. Just absolutely killer album. Worthy of any collection. So, of course I had to show some Hendrix. I mean, wearing the guy, for crying out loud. And this one, like I said, again, tried my best. And you can judge this is DJ Shadow's debut full-length introducing. So I tried. I didn't do the greatest. Tried to get his hat, but it didn't really work out that well. So I've talked about this album ad nauseum. I mean, people are probably sick of me talking about this damn album. This gets spun all the time. I have it on my phone. I have the standard CD, the deluxe 2-disc CD, this. I'm looking for an OG press of this. I'm looking to get all the singles from this. I mean, this is to me a sampling masterpiece. It is truly one of the most referenced in classics of trip hop, if not of all time. It definitely is one that I think a lot of people should listen to, and don't take the fact that it says DJ in it, as a, well, I already know what it's going to be like, because you don't. My mind was completely blown the first time I heard this. What makes this cover so uniquely special is that this was a record store that was close to Shadow's hometown of Davis, California, and he dug there frequently. With this man right here, this Chief XL, he's the DJ producer for Black Alicious, and he's done other solo things as well. But they would dig there frequently, and they got to know the owner, a really nice old man, and he kept saying, "Oh, you should see what I have in the basement. You should see what I have in the basement. You should see what I have in the basement. I've got tons more." And so one day Shadow kind of said, "You keep referencing it. Can I see the basement?" And there was just a huge basement full of records, completely untapped. I mean, barely even seen the light of day. And most of the records that were sampled for this album came from this store. So he thought it fitting to kind of memorialize it in the cover, as well as the video, for a quick snippet in the video of Midnight in a Perfect World, where you see this. You can actually almost see the moment the photo is taken, because there's a little bit of a flash. So very cool stuff. Love this album. Definitely my top 10. And I spin it all the time. So that's my 5 for your contest draw. It's not a drawing contest. You called it a contest / drawing. Folks, forget that you saw these. I suck at art. But you know what? I got a few extra that I couldn't draw. Let's take a look at those. So again, I don't know if all these would necessarily even be in my top 100, but they're my go-to albums right now. And sometimes our favorite albums can change upon new discoveries. And one genre that I really put off for a little while was jazz, and one of the ones that I always heard was very important, you had to listen to, was Kind of Blue from Miles Davis. And when I heard this, I had already listened to some jazz, already owned some jazz by the time I heard this. And when I heard this, it made me believe what everyone had talked about this album. This is absolutely just a stunning album. It is one of the most important albums ever, jazz or any other genre. The players on it are absolutely, we don't need to even talk about this. You just show it up and you go, And we move right along. This is my favorite jazz album of all time. If nothing else, just the players, the modes, the subjects that they wrote, and then just decided one take improv, let's go, and we're gonna get what we get. Just fantastic stuff. And it's just truly, I mean, one I definitely need to get on wax. Staying in the jazz lane for a minute, definitely not one of my favorites in the collection, but it's not a bad album in any way, stretch of the means. But I've been playing it like crazy recently, just got in the mood for it again, pulled it back out. This is Dexter Gordon's Go. You got Sonny Clark, Butch Warren, and Billy Higgins rounding out the quartet. Just fantastic stuff. This is another one of those Blue Note reissues that just, $15, $20, can't go wrong. And I've been playing the hell out of this one quite a bit. I mean, it's really been probably driving my family crazy because they don't get jazz at all. I showed this one on Record Store Day and was super pumped to get this one. And to me, this is probably one of the most perfect live sides you'll ever hear in your entire life. So this is Booker T and the MG. This was from the International Pop Festival from Monterey Pop. Side one is Booker T and the MGs with the Marquets, and they ended up being the backing band for Otis Redding. Excuse me. Cheers, everybody. Drinking some very hardcore water. Keeping it real. But anyway, so they do Boogaloo, Philly Dog, and Hip Hugger. I mean, they're big song, Hip Hugger. And that's when they bring out Otis Redding. And the things people had to say about Otis Redding hitting the stage was just unreal. This has been spun, I don't know, 20 some times since I've had it. Long Red Wax. So he does Shake, which is a Sam Cooke Pence song. He attempts, I say attempts, to take back respect, even though at this point he even acknowledged the fact that what Aretha Franklin did with that song. I've Been Loving You Too Long to Stop Now. That's another Otis Redding song. He does a wonderful cover of I Can't Get No Satisfaction, obviously by the Stones. And then he ends it with a song that literally becomes his own. And that's Try a Little Tenderness. The stage wasn't ready for Otis Redding that night. The crowd wasn't ready for Otis Redding that night. He walked on Otis Redding, but he walked off of God. And I say that in all sense of those were the feelings that people had when they saw him. He was bigger than life on that stage. He transcended anything they thought he could be. It's a shame we lost him so young, but still, with his small amount of output we had with him, to me, he is one of the most fantastic singers of all time. And that side is amazing. Another one I've been spitting a lot recently is King Gizzard in The Lizard Wizard. I Am in Your Mind Fuzz. I absolutely love King Gizzard. They do have a couple missteps for me. The most recent one was okay. I wouldn't say I love it or hate it. It's just okay. First I didn't like it at all. It grew on me a little bit. But this is one of their classic in the middle period. But if you're not familiar with them, psych rock, fuzz guitar, garage band, hell of an output. I think they think they've been around for 5 years, and I think they have 216 albums. It's what it feels like. Let me turn around and putting out another one. They put out one in the spring. They put out one a month ago, and let's face it, there's 10 weeks left in this year. They could get out 3 more. They really could. So, but I love this album. This is a great place to start if you're not familiar with them. So check them out. We're gonna end on some hip hop. Wu-Tang is just a classic. This first album is all killer. Into the 36 Chambers. You've got Bring the Ruckus, Wu-Tang Clan Ain't Nothing to Fuck With, Casuals, Everything Around Me, Cream Get the Money, Dollar Dollar Bills, y'all. Method Man, I mean, just METHOD, man. I mean, just absolutely fantastic stuff. I play that all the time. But then a classic from my early age, De La Soul's 3 Feet High and Rising. Absolutely fantastic album. I do feel a little guilty about buying this one because of the deal that De La had with Tommy Boy. They're probably not going to get any money from this. And the deal has gone south. So I would love to pick up their first 4 on wax. But because of the deal, because of bad press and publicity and things like that, they're astronomical. So have them on CD, but would love to have them on wax. It's at least the first 3, because De La Soul does a classic, and Blue Mind State just is mind blowing. So, but anyway, thanks for humoring me. Like I said, these are just some of the things. You know, you pull out a couple new records to play them and spin them and discover them, and then you want to go back to something you love and kind of get a palate cleanser with something you listen to all the time. Most, if not all of these, are on my phone. I listen to them there when I'm at work, pounding on the keyboards, trying to figure out how to pivot this table into that table, and you know, make everybody happy with the Excel stuff. So, but I mean, these change all the time. You know, your ear picks up something new. But this is definitely some of my go-to right now. Just some. We could have filled it up even more. So, but in all honesty, thanks for humoring me. Looking at my bad drawings, it was, you know, I heard when he said the contest, the idea came to me. So if anybody else has done it, please don't think I was trying to jam it on you. I was just, that's why I've avoided everybody. I want to get this one done quick. So hopefully everybody's well. Hopefully everybody's having a great weekend. And Steve, I can't congratulate you enough. You are truly a gentleman. Always a smile, always a positive word, always spreading the VC love. You are truly a remarkable person, and thank you for not only just, you know, an awesome channel, but for being a great friend. You know, we've had conversations offline, and I enjoy talking with you. So, for everybody, if you don't know Steve, why? So, link down below. You know how I'd always do it. I'm gonna get off of here. I have got stacks of stuff I've been listening to. I have got a huge stack of stuff I just picked up, which we'll get into in another video. So hopefully this will be a regular thing of me shooting videos again, as opposed to me promising and not doing it. That seems to be my mode. So anyway, take care. Love everybody. Peace.